Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today, well, if you thought you just saw a WZ111, you would be correct. I have finished the WZ event, woohoo! And I actually didn't completely do all the Japanese kills. No. I was in tanks yesterday. All of a sudden I get an email, so I was out of the game, check my email. Wargaming. Okay. You have one gift waiting for you. What the? Oh, let's actually get back to normal camera mode. Puts one shot into the Bulldog. Oh, tries to lead a second shot, but the Bulldog actually goes down off the rampart and misses. Oh, darn it. Bit unlucky there. Bit hard to see because of all the bush cover in front of him. Anyways, yeah, and I had an email and I had a gift waiting for me, and it was a voucher to skip the Japanese part of the event. And yeah, I was like, what? What? Okay. And yeah, I contacted Atom Ant in the game, and he basically saw me, well, he saw my Chiri video and kind of distilled from that I was having a tiny little bit of problem with the Japanese. Okay, a massive freaking problem. I was pretty much being miserable playing it. I had no fun playing tanks at that point. It was just a chore just to get through, and ugh. So yeah, he would pretty much be correct in his assessment that I was struggling and not having a good time. Oh, MX-12T spotted. Wow, I'm just looking at the bloom of this gun. That is huge. That thing must be very inaccurate. Although he does seem to be using a zoom mod, because that zoomed in a little bit more than normal. I think that 12T was looking at us. I'm not sure. He like turned directly at us. Oh, he's not looking at us. Try to put another one in and go for the reload. Not sure if we're actually the ones spawning, but anyways. So yeah, oh, I'm pretty sure we spotted. That shot just hit the hill. So yeah, used the voucher thingamajiggy and skipped the Japanese and actually got it done. Woohoo! So we've played only about 14 games in the WZ. I'm gonna have to get used to it. I haven't had a Russian tank like that. So I've used the KB4, so I never played the IS-3 line. So I'm gonna have to get used to the tank a little bit. Lack of penetration can definitely be a problem. I mean, 175 pen is not a whole lot in the WZ, and I will be doing a review of the tank, obviously. But I need to get the crew up. I have the crew at 98% now, I think. And about, what is it, 80% of their first skill repair, I think? Something like that. So I'm gonna have to work my crew a bit, but yeah. There's currently a triple crew experience going on the NA server. So yeah, that really helped. I screwed up my crew. Let me tell you what happened. So I got my 110, right, which is the tier 8 Chinese heavy tank, during the event when I was grinding it out. And I have the IS-2. So I figured, you know, the IS-2, I'm probably gonna keep it, but I'll start a new crew in it, and I'll put my better crew in the 110 because it can really use a better crew. So I put in the crew, you know, I take him out of my IS-2, put him in my 110, and on my 110, instead of hitting retrain, and I retrained him, right? Then I thought I switched back. I'm trying to recall what I did. I switched back to my IS-2. I accidentally hit the return crew, and then retrained them. Yeah, but it pulled the crew from the 110 and retrained them. So my retrained crew got retrained again, and I was like, ah, flippin' bleeper bleep 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 bleeping mother bleeper. So I had to then retrain the crew again. So I had to triple retrain a crew. Yeah, I had a 100% crew and I was left with a 75% crew. That kind of pissed me off. So I started my WZ111 with a crew that was only 75%. That was a bit painful. I mean, it's not the worst, but ooh, he just got smacked by artillery. Ooh, ouch. Engine taken out, but we are That was pretty lucky, actually. His engine got taken out and he got put exactly behind a rock where he could hide. Trying to find that pinning shot. There we go. He is down to premium rounds right now. And, oh boy, it's not looking all that great for his team. There's a KV2 on very low health. Should be able to finish him off with one shell. If he doesn't derp us in the face, of course. But, you know, Russian guided missiles that those KV2s get. Oh, artillery finished him off. Probably didn't get any spawning damage for that one. So yeah, so far, my thoughts on the WZ-111. It's a pretty decent tank. Its armor holds up pretty well. I got one steel wall, one steel wall in my first game, and a couple more that would have been a steel wall if it wasn't a loss. Puts one in. Pretty sure the KV2 just fired. Oh, come on! Oh, that could have been aimed a little bit better, but I know he didn't want to peek out in front of a KV2. I was about to say I would zigzag a little bit right now and not go in a straight line. Artillery is definitely looking, holy crap. Okay, that's all three of them fired. They should all be on reload now. So yeah, so far, armor seems to hold up pretty well. The accuracy is, of course, pretty bad, and the penetration 175 is not great. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that. Gets finished off. Don't quite have the pressure for that one. Put one shot into his face. Don't stick around. Somebody else finished him off. Oh! Whoa, did you see that shell come in? That came from over there. The artillery must be on the complete opposite side? Like down below here or something? Oh, that was bizarre. Either that or a tracer was completely off, I'm not sure, but that really looked like it was way down below. Oh, and he hasn't spotted us yet. Come on, high roll. Oh, dang it. We just track him. Oh, crap. Ow. Jackson shoots us in the face. Hide, hide, hide. Don't go too deep. There we go. Just go invisible, then peek out. We're still reloading. Reloading a HE clip. Yep, Jackson gets finished off. This game is down to the wire. It's getting so close, but only 2 minutes remain. There's the arrow. Don't have a line on him. Come on. Oh crap. Has he spotted us? Not yet. Oh, he has now. Go, 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 go. Get out of here. Artillery is bound to rain down on us soon. Oh, put one into his hatch for a whooping 7 damage. Gotta keep moving, that artillery is gonna splash down on you any second. More than likely, at least. Trying to get those spots. Where is he? Blind shot. Oh, just barely dodging the return shot there. And he gets finished off, and there's the artillery. Yeah. And sadly, the IS-3 apparently is AFK. Crap. Well, it's 4 against 3. This should be doable. But there's only 1 minute remaining. Not enough time to cap. At least not solo. If 2 of them cap, maybe? I actually can't switch to a different camera view. Yeah, and he's congratulating the already on the kill. He was sort of in the open. Turn around here, I mean, if the artillery is over there or there, it doesn't really matter, either side. There's no real hill cover that he's, you know, this little ditch here won't save you from artillery, so, yeah. 1 minute 22 to cap. They both need to get in the cap circle if we want to make any chance. And it seems they are not going to. Actually, the time is so damn low that I severely doubt that they can. Yeah, I can't switch to any other targets to see anybody else's perspective, so we'll just have to wait here. 13 seconds. They're never gonna make it. One of them has been spotted all the way over there. Yeah, they're never gonna kill him. And not the artillery as well, so Dang it. All that, and it's a loss. So, that was Atom Ant in his AMX 12T, the tier, what's this thing, tier 6? Yeah, tier 6 French light tank. I actually recently bought the ELC. I've been wanting to buy that little bugger for a very long time now, and I just didn't have the garage slots or the time to work on it. And 2-3 days ago or something, the French tree went on sale. And the thing only cost like 150 credits, 150k, that is. I was like, yeah, I can't really leave it for that price. It was like 50% off. I was like, oh, what the hell, I'll get one. Haven't played that many games in it, and I pretty much just have a stock 75% crew, so it's pretty bad right now, but yeah, I can see that thing being fun. Jingles and Quickie Baby recently put up some videos on it. That's not even the reason why I bought it. Don't even think that. It seriously isn't. I've been wanting to get one of those for such a long time. I just haven't had the room or the time or the money to buy one. And since I've been grinding out so many tanks lately, I had a bit of cash. Speaking of which, actually, let's look at the stats and then we'll jump into my garage and we'll take a look at a couple of things. So this was a Mastery Batch Ace tanker on a loss. Oh, that is always so sad. Fire for effect, a bruiser, and a Confederate, also known as the You Suck medal, as in you shot a lot of people but you didn't get to kill them. Let's take a look at the team here. Did 1500 damage, which is 3rd highest as a bottom tier scout. That is nothing to be ashamed of. And walked away with 1221 experience on a loss. Holy balls. He got more experience than the winning person on the enemy team, which in this case was also a scout. That's insane. Getting more experience than a winning team. I mean, holy crap. Very well done. Fired 26 shots, hit 18, pen 16. I was gonna say hit 16, but yeah, no, pen 16. Almost 1600. That's a lot of 16s here. A lot of 6s. 6. No, never mind. 1600 damage done. Took 4 hits to the face. All of them penetrated. Yeah, that's no surprise. The thing has no armor. Hits received. Splash 1. Yeah, that was the artillery. Spotted 3. Damaged 10 people, holy crap. Destroyed 2, 2500 spotting damage done. Almost, but still. Didn't even drive that far, really. And without a premium account, would have barely made a profit because he did fire the APCR rounds, because he kind of ran out of rounds. I guess this thing only carries about 30 rounds? Yeah, it seems about right. Give or take, 32 maybe? I'm not sure, but he only had 1 clip remaining, I think. He was on his last clip, so yeah, the thing does not carry that many rounds. Dang. I guess most of the times you're not gonna fire that many rounds. Although, when I play scouts, I always fire a lot because spotting damage just doesn't work for me for some reason. I think it's broken. I can't spot. I can't scout. I play my scouts like nasty little annoying freaking mediums that just harass and beat the crap out of people, and I walk away with 1500 damage a game, pretty much, so it works. Anyways, 16k profit with a premium account, and with a premium account also walked away with 1800 experience. Thank you so much, Atom Ant, for sending me the voucher thingamajiggy to skip the Japanese. It saved my sanity, dude. Thank you so much. And that's why I'm showing off this replay and just talking about it a bit. And yeah, pretty good game. Shame that you had to lose it. It's just, if your team was just a bit more, alert and just a little bit faster on getting some of the kills that you spotted, then yeah, it should have been doable, but alas, it was not to be. That's kind of why I don't do the encounters and assault and that sort of stuff, because a lot of times you just get like the 1 or 2 people in your team that don't cooperate and you lose because of it. And you just have that less in a normal game than you have in those encounters. In a normal game you have more time to actually do it yourself, and I don't know. I just don't like those game modes very much, but that's just me. Anywho, let's jump into my garage for a sec. And here we are in the garage, and here it is, the WZ111. Yeah, finally. Took a lot of work, and some really shitty times from time to time. I had some poor ass days. I remember one of the days, I don't remember when it was, but I had a 30... I played like 30 games in a day, so not that excessively much, but I had a 36% win rate. That was really depressing. Ugh. Anyways, let's take a quick look at the stats. You have 1550 hit points, which is not too bad. Let's actually set this to heavy tanks and tier 8. Oh, 8. And compare it to the T-34. Let's just grab the stats here. And the gun, just, you know, premium to premium comparison. I mean, they're not the same tank, they're not the same type, but I don't own an IS-6, so I can't really compare it to that. I guess the IS-6 would be a closer comparison. So, hit points 50 more than the T-34. It weighs considerably less, at 45 tons. It's a, I'm not going to say light tank, but it's pretty light-ish. Doesn't get as good of an engine as the T-34, but then again, that little thing weighs like 50% more, so, the speed of this thing, 50, yeah, you can do 50 if you go down a hill. On, like, rough terrain, I would say about 25 to 30. Like, sort of cruising speed, and once you actually get up to speed, 30 to 40. But it really depends on the terrain, and if you have a little bit of a hill, that you go down, then this thing seems to keep its momentum pretty well. So the engine is slightly underpowered, I guess, for this thing. But, you know, if you get going, then it has a pretty decent speed, and you can be cruising around at 50, but it's not a speed that your engine can achieve on its own, you know, not just going in a straight line. I don't think you'll ever achieve 50, but haven't tested that out exactly yet. The verse speed of 26 versus 22, it's pretty nimble, I have to say, although while you're on the move, the turning circle of this thing is pretty huge. Like, if you're just driving along and you want to take a corner, it takes a pretty wide corner. Probably also down to its speed. Like, if you have build up some speed, then your corners are going to be bigger, you know, it's, hull armor, of course, 120mm versus 102, but it is sloped. Let's actually get this out of the way a bit. And you do have a form of pike nose, as you can see. So, the weird thing is, though, this all seems to be roughly the same thickness. So it's not that this sloping adds real thickness. Like, this, all pretty much the same armor, even shooting here or here, the whole thing, it's all the same. So, I guess they adjusted the thickness of the armor with the angling to come out to a certain number, not a general thickness, I don't know. So yeah, you have, I think with sloping and stuff, about 200mm of armor, give or take. So yeah, it's pretty well armored, and you do bounce quite a bit of shots in this thing. So that's definitely not too bad. I'll show you my stats in a second here. Turret armor, well, I don't think we're gonna beat that, although 230. Yeah, turret is not bad. This turret is tough. I looked it up in Tank Inspector. I think the turrets, like the cheeks here, are about 300 to 400mm. Gun mantlet, again, is like 300mm, and everything is pretty much an auto bounce zone, except for the hatches on the top. Let me get this thing out of the way. Of course, those are the weak spots, and they're pretty prominent, but not that easy to hit, especially if you wiggle your turret around. So, frontally, this thing is pretty strong. Lower plate is about 170mm if you're like dead on. So like this kind of angle, it's about 170mm, so not that thick. But overall, I would say it's pretty decently armored. Side armor on the hull is 80 versus 76 on the American. But you do have this, which I think is, I'm not sure, but I think this is somewhat spaced armor. Although, do not quote me on that, because I'm not sure. I have to investigate that. I'm not sure, actually. Don't mind me. I guess it's maybe not, given the sloping. No, I don't know. Don't mind me. And the rear armor, which is, of course, going to be garbage at 60. So, turret armor this side is 120mm, which is pretty damn good. But then again, the American has a 127, so, yeah, you know, not that much better or worse, but the American turret is pretty flattish from the side. This one, as you can see, it's still rounded on the side, so even if you hit it from the side, you hit it here, there's a good chance that it will just glance off. So, turret is pretty damn strong. What else do we have? We have the gun, of course, so let's compare that. This is pretty much your standard Russian 122mm type of gun. It is in fact the same gun as the 112 has, or the T-34-3. So, you've seen this gun before. I don't know if the handling on this one or the 112 is better. Usually one of the two tanks has slightly better gun handling. I'm not sure which of the two has better handling. I have to look it up, but all of that will come in the review later on, obviously. So, rate of fire 4.8, it's about 11-second reload right now with my crew. And I do have equipment on it, obviously. 175 pen, 390 damage, 0.46 accuracy, and 3.4 second aim time. Yeah, it's not a great gun, let's be honest. It's pretty much the same gun as the IS-6. It's the same gun as as you can see here, the T-34-3 and the 112, and a couple more tanks have the same gun. It's quite widely used. It's not great, let's be honest, and it will struggle against tier 9s. The VK, what's that thing, 4502B, I think it's called? This thing struggles against a tank. Like, I'm gonna have to load up some heat shells. I actually don't carry any at the moment. I'm gonna have to carry a couple just to be able to damage some of those tanks, because you're just incapable of damaging them. But other than that, yeah, the thing seems pretty strong. Let's take a look at my stats. Now, do keep in mind that I was training my crew, so my stats are not gonna be the best right now. It's only been 14 games, so yeah, 36% win rate, but I do average 700 experience, which is 4th highest right now, so I do seem to be doing pretty well on it. I'm hitting 80% of my shots. I have a damage ratio of 0.94, destruction ratio of 1, and 0.85, or yeah, 85 armor use efficiency, so not doing too bad there. Average damage at 1300. Like I said, I started off with a pretty shitty crew, so I'm gonna imagine that this damage value is gonna go up. Damage received 1400, yeah. I haven't survived too many games, 28%. Spotted, damaged, yeah. Destroyed actually. So, maximum damage, 2.1k. I'm just getting started. Like I said, I've not played a IS-6 or any of the tanks that are really like this thing, so I'm still getting used to it. So for the Russians, actually let's uncheck this. Like for the Russians, I only have a KV-4, which plays not quite the same, and the gun actually gets a lot more penetration at 227. The 110 I have just not been playing a whole lot just yet. As you can see, it's pretty much stock. And I have a horrible track record on it so far. I got so damn unlucky, like you wouldn't even believe. 9 games in a row were losses on this thing. But at least now I got my crew trainer finally. And I just got my crew to 98%, so still not 100%, so yeah, still working on that. Anyways, so big thank you to you, Atamant, for sending that Japanese voucher. You really saved my sanity, dude. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.